Christ the King in splendor arrives. Flame white the gates and welcome him into your lives.
Hi, welcome to Online at St Andrews for the 24th of March. We're very, very close to Easter now. We've come through the journey of Lent, and today we think about a different journey. We think about a day that for many people, they wouldn't even have a clue why the church chooses to call this day, Palm Sunday. Those of us who go to church will know that we often get given a palm cross. And we often remind ourselves of the journey that Jesus made, and people waved palm branches. Going to read from the Bible, going to read from John's Gospel today of that journey. And it's entitled, Jesus Comes to Jerusalem as King. The next day, the great crowd that had come for the festival heard that Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem. They took palm branches and went out to meet him, shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the King of Israel." Jesus found a young donkey and sat upon it, as it is written, "Do not be afraid, daughter Zion. See, your king is coming, seated on a donkey's colt." At first, his disciples did not understand all this. Only after Jesus was glorified did they realise that these things had been written about him and that these things had been done to him. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. In that passage, we read very clearly that Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. And there are other gospel accounts of that story that I really encourage you to read about how that came about. But the important thing for me to consider at this moment is that those people shouted and cheered, "Hosanna, Hosanna," as they waved their palm branches. As we who go to church this Sunday may well do, we may wave our palm crosses in remembrance. And yet, days later, the crowd turned against Jesus, and the palm branches became a cross. And they shouted out, "Crucify him, crucify him." From their cheers became the jeers. I wonder if we would follow the crowd and shout Hosanna. And would we then go with the crowd and shout crucify? I'd love to think we wouldn't. I wonder how much peer pressure there was at that time, making people change their mind. We can look at everything in hindsight, can't we? And that's really important now as well. But as we consider Palm Sunday and the waving of palms, can I ask you, as we say a prayer together, to lift up our palms, the palms of our outstretched hands, as we join together in a prayer. Lord, as we remember the triumphant entry into Jerusalem, where crowds waved palm branches and celebrated, we pause to remember how within days the cries of a Hosanna had turned to crucify. Lord, help us to truly follow you and not the crowd. We lift up the palms of our outstretched hands as a prayer to remind us to always serve you alone. Amen. And so our song is a reflection from that Hosanna to crucify. And if you feel able, can I suggest that as you reflect during this song, you sit with your hands, your palms outstretched, as a way of acknowledging what Jesus Christ did for each and every one of us on Palm Sunday and on that cross. Amen.
Hosanna, we cry. With the next one, we say crucify. With one voice, we praise your name. With the same voice, we condemn you to shame. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna to the Lord. With palm leaves, we welcome your reign. With twisted thorns, we crown you with pain. You wash our feet to show us your love. We wash our hands of your innocent blood. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna to the Lord. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna to the Lord. We claim you when you come in power, but we leave you in your terrible hour. We hail you for victory won, but we mock you as you say it is done.